Hey guys, Advntr Gear here, and in today's video I want to take a look at this Premade Bowdrill kit and test it out against one that you can make yourself. Stick with me. Alright, so it looks like we've got a board, a spindle, a bow, I guess that's the handhold, that's strange, and a bearing, and looks like a little bit of jute fiber. Now this thing, I'm pretty sure is made for two people, so one person's on either side pushing down. So I guess I should call a friend real quick. Okay, Google. Call my friends.
I will when you get some, you sad little boy.
Okay, never mind, we're gonna do something else. Let's cut it really close on that vise so it's less obvious that I'm a complete slob. That's what I get for having a messy, disgusting workshop. Okay, so the way this works, so let's just test out, see how it works, see if we can get an ember, and then move on from there. This goes right on there. Now what I'm noticing is that none of these grooves are cut deep enough. Like the groove has to go at least a third of the way in towards the center, like just shy of the center. And that right there is just going to touch the edge. So let's get into it. That goes in there. Our little jerry rig handhold goes on top. Okay, so what I noticed right off the bat, this is really short. Getting a little bit of smoke, good sign. This bow is just, a plane would have to fly over right now. Okay, so with that opportunity, I can see it's drilling through really quickly. But let's keep going, see if we can get an ember. Yeah, we went through. Looks like we did get an ember. Okay, so it works. And it wasn't super hard either. But, as you can see, I did drill straight through that board. So, I'd say you'd probably never get more than one ember out of each of these holes. Let's blow that one into flame. That's my fault for not putting a proper ember nest in there, or an ember catcher. Wow, okay. That went up really quick. All right, so the kit works. It's not too difficult to get an ember started, so let's start a couple more embers, see if we can get more than one out of a single hole, and then I'll give you a couple of my thoughts about this kit. Yep, drilled through the board again. And we do have another ember. But it's looking like you're not ever gonna be able to get two embers in one hole, which means that this kit is kind of limited to about 16, 17 embers. And that's if you get one from every hole. If you've got someone who's still learning and practicing, you're gonna go through this board in an afternoon or two. And I still didn't add an ember catcher. What is wrong with me? Look away, children. This is bad technique. It goes up really quick. That is some nice tinder. Now I'm curious how this would work for a hand drill board. We drilled all the way through that board just now. However, this current thing is not important. I just thought we should try it. Let's compare it to an actual kit that we can make on our own with that stick right there. This is a piece of sandbar willow. I think we can get both the spindle and the hearth board out of this single piece. We just split it correctly. Does not need to be beautiful. We're not making furniture. We're making fire. Okay, let's burn in real quick. Getting plenty of smoke, a little bit of dust. Just gonna let that build for a second. So we can push for just a moment. Light that dust into an ember. There we go. So I need to add more to this than does it work or doesn't it? Because yes, it works. But there's more to be said about it. So the difference between these two kits, this one is a stick and it cost me nothing, whereas this cost me 20 bucks. And speaking of how much this kit costs, I would like to thank today's sponsor, my bank account. But for real, the difference is this is a stick, but this is a very specific stick, and I had to learn what stick to use, how to shape it down, you know, what thickness to make each piece. And that was probably about a 6-month process. I think I got my first Bowdrill ember when I was around 14. But it took me a good 6-7 months of work to go from I'm starting out, I have no idea what I'm doing, to now I have an ember and I can make my own kit. And that was such a huge boost for me. Like, I felt really good at the end that I had learned this skill and could make my own kit. So the only reason I could see for robbing yourself of that experience is if you were in a situation where you couldn't use knives. You can't use tools, you can't use knives, you can't make this. So you bring in something like this. But even then, I still have a problem with this thing because it's machine made. It's not like anything you'd make out in the woods or use out in the woods. And it just doesn't feel authentic to use pieces of wood that have been milled down by a machine. Now, the authenticity of it may not matter to you, but you're not even training the skill properly if you use this, because nothing you use out in the woods is ever going to be shaped like this. You're probably never going to drill a hole through your spindle. Your spindle's probably never going to be this thin or this perfectly round and shaped. There's really just, in my opinion, no reason to buy a kit and handicap yourself and not have the full experience of learning to make a bow drill. Now that was a lot of talking, but in short, grab some sticks, experiment a little bit, and learn how to do it from beginning to end. Stick to fire. And that is all I have for you today, guys. Archer out.